But yeah, it happens in LA. Pay the pig.
Well, Dave, that makes me. I definitely have to tell this because this episode is for the Piggies by the Piggies.
Yes.
Like I got to tell the story of when the first house we moved into in Silver Lake.
Yes.
When we first moved we lived in this house on Benton Way and
by the Foot Clinic
and Sunset Boulevard.
Great house.
Right by the Foot Clinic that is no longer there.
Sad.
And the first week we moved in, right? So we're like fresh out of Colorado.
Oh, right, like I got shot.
No, hold on. So the first week we're there, we just moved there from college, and we're like, hey, LA.
We come from Boulder, Colorado, which is our last way station, and like we've been around the block, but Boulder, Colorado is like the safest, pussiest town in the country.
But we've also been around like criminal people and stuff.
Sure,
like that.
we know criminals.
We've known criminals our whole lives. Like we've dealt with like drug people and everything, and so like
that fucking story, yeah.
But none of us have jobs because we just moved into this place. Like we're all unemployed. Like we're in LA now, and like I wake up early, which I never do. Right, like you know me, my entire life. Like it took me until I was 42.
Especially when you were 22.
It took me until I was 42 years old to wake up at 8 a.m.
and do shit
without being paid to do so. like on a day off.
Yeah.
When I have not woken up at 8 a.m. except for this one day in like 2001 or 2002, and so I wake up at 8 a.m. I'm like, I'm in LA. I'm an LA guy. I'm like, gonna get my newspaper, go to the donut shop, get my newspaper. 7:45. I'm gonna read my newspaper at 8 a.m. on my porch, like because I'm an LA guy. I'm gonna get in the movie industry, and like so I'm reading my newspaper, and there's like a mailman who walks by on the sidewalk, and he's kind of dressed up with like a safari hat on, like mailmen sometimes wear that weird safari
mailmen
hat.
are what you're trying to say are very cognizant of the problem of UV radiation and have good hats.
Yeah, but you know that hat, like what's that hat called? Like the safari hat. Like
sure,
there's this particular
big
name for
beige hat that has a lot of brim.
Anyway, so this guy walks up and he's got a stack of packages. He's got a stack of like 12-inch by 12-inch thick packages, like probably 8 of them, like stacked up in his hands like a cartoon. And he's like, oh, is this blah 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 blah? And I'm like, no, we just moved in there. I'm like, no, this is. No, that address is either that way or in
it was 1123. 1123 Ben.
It was 1123. Anyway, I just spilled a little drink, and so he's like 1129. I'm like, I don't know, that's either down there or like in the back. There's like 5 places in the back here, and he's like, okay, cool.
Totally illegal zoning. Like, go check it out.
It's like they've got like all kinds of shit that's illegal back there, like in the same building.
What am I thinking? Like a trailer? I don't know.
And so I put my paper back up, and I'm looking through the paper. It's literally like out of It's a Mad World, like some kind of ridiculous shitty like Mr. Ed, like it's like an episode of Mr. Ed, and I'm Wilbur on the porch reading my newspaper, and then I hear all this like I'm like, what, is there a rabbit in our garden? And I tilt the paper down like a fucking cartoon character. I tilt the paper down, and there are like SWAT team guys with full flak jackets and machine guns doing dive rolls over our front. Like we're in like a suburban type house, like it's in the ghetto, but it looks like a suburban house. They're doing dive rolls through our front yard. Go, hey, in the back, on the side, like road 2, like they're like yelling out call signs, and I'm like, holy fucking shit! And I noticed that they're going like to the back of the building, but not at me. So I think I was the only person home. I go into the door and I dive on the ground, right? And there's like a bong on the table, and I do like an army crawl, like I'm army crawling on the ground because I'm thinking there's gonna be bullets flying. So I'm like, fuck, stay low,
Save the bong.
No, so I get the bong and then I like grab it and like tilt it. I spill bong water on the ground and then like stash it because I'm like, they're gonna bust us. We have a bong. And then I get all the other drugs and like all the other weed or whatever we had, grabbed it off the table and stashed it. And meanwhile, I hear the poor family that like lived behind us. It was like this guy and his wife.
Elmer, yeah,
Elmer, and he had like 3 babies, and I hear her going like, like just screaming. I'm like, holy fucking shit, they're busting Elmer. But like what was happening was that Elmer's wife was just taking her children out for like a stroll because it was 8 a.m.
While shit was going down.
Yeah, she's got like her baby in the carriage and like 2 other little ones, and they're very nice people. And like and the SWAT team guys are like, get on the fucking ground, you motherfucker, I'll fucking kill you. And she's like, screaming. And so I'm like, holy shit, we're all gonna die right now. I'm just thinking like there's gonna be bullets flying everywhere. And then it kind of calms down, like the sound goes further away, like the sound of the commotion. They end up like arresting like this guy Paul, who looks exactly like
Paul, sure.
The guy from Knocked Up, Paul Rudd. Like so this guy's name was Paul. He looked exactly like Paul Rudd. It was not Paul Rudd, but he right.
I don't remember Paul at all.
You don't remember him, dude?
No.
He looked in fact, for a while, I thought he was Paul Rudd because Paul Rudd had just been in Clueless, you know. So I was like, is that guy from Clueless? Like he lives behind us in the thing. Anyway, like to make a long story short, like what happened was that
major drug bust,
major
and
drug
our property.
Bust, like yeah, but Paul wasn't the reason. It was basically like someone 3 doors down from us had ordered. She was a makeup artist, right, who did like horror movies and like special effects, and she had ordered all like this bulk amount of this like substance. We thought it was drugs, right, but in retrospect, I'm thinking more it was like a component to some like really exotic explosive, you know, because she was like a special effects person. She did weird makeup, and I've since found out that like I can't recall exactly what the story is, but there is some component in like, you know, like bulk component in like kind of like lanolin and makeup where like where it like if you get enough of it, you can distill it and make a bomb. And this is right after 9/11, right?
That's what happened.
This is like a year. Yes, because at first I thought it was drugs, but like I think it would end up because what happened was our neighbor a few houses down ordered all this shit and went out of town or was working on a job, and on her door it said, deliver any packages to this guy Paul at like 1129 Benton Way. And so that's what drew like the post office guy initially he was like a plant, like he was like, are these your packages? Will you sign for these? And then everyone gets
just waiting
busted.
for the death warrant.
And like meanwhile I'm just like, no, those aren't my packages. Maybe they're over there. It's like, have a good day, sir. But like I think that was the most like amazing classic introduction to LA. Like there was this crazy SWAT team raid in our front yard.
Yeah, but like also a couple weeks after we moved in, somebody got shot at the end of our street. I remember that.
A prostitute
much
got
more
shot.
Distinctly.
Two sex workers were shot on our street.
There you go. Way to be woke, Jay.
Because you know, that's what they're called now. There was a hotel. I think it was weird. It was like a chain hotel or motel in the Foot Clinic property, but it was a house of prostitution like all day. Remember, because like 2 doors down from us was the garage for the motel, and constantly there were like BMWs pulling in there, like places that were not staying at that motel.
Stay away from BMWs.
Yeah, or like people that were not staying at this motel. They were just going in for sex or drugs or whatever. But yeah, it was a sketchy little area, like right there at Benton Way and Sunset. Now it's like fucking like Pacific Palisades, but like back in the day it was for real.